We back, baby. USA. Team Liquid had a pretty solid draft today for once. I think their drafting fundamentals have been solid throughout the entire tournament. They are just the most unlucky team alive. They just managed to always find the way to fumble the first two games, and they actually have way more upside than you think. It's just like, they had a couple fumbles in the other games, but they're still in it, and they definitely delivered the pain to Pain Gaming today. They I don't think they're the most insane drafting team, but they've got their little quirks and features. You know what I'm saying? So they got the things that make them specifically their style of gameplay. And also, I think Pain had some adjustments today based off what they saw, and then it might have been a little bit off the mark. And I'm specifically calling out the Nocturne picks here. I think the champ is good. I think it's being flavored in the event just a touch too much, in my opinion. It's been like the Renekton a little bit. You've been seeing it get cursed again and again, over and over, right? But I think there is a time and place for this champ, but you have to really understand when those timers are. And once you have that, then I think it was a good idea. But once you have that, then you really got it on lock. So game one, right? I would say everything's pretty standard here, except that TL are like, yeah, we're blue, but we don't really want to do the blue side stuff. So that's a little funny. And they actually go for Jax 1. That's the reason why, right? It costs them a couple of bans, let's put it that way, because if they want to go for Jax 1. But I understand that maybe that's the... they usually, when teams go Jax 1, they want to guarantee a solid top lane matchup. They think that... My understanding is that TL's thought process of how they win this game is through playing resources on top side. Pain, defaulto pick. All right, I'm down. We just go Gnar here. It's chill, right? Not a bad response, I will say. It's not too bad. It does still mean that Jax will have priority in some things, and then this is when they slam the Nocturne. And while I'm down for Nocturne picks early on, and maybe they think it's really cool, I think this leaves a lot of manipulation available when all TL have done is pick their top laner that guarantees a good top matchup and counters this Nocturne anyway, right? So it's Jax is still going to be able to do what he wants to do. TL round this out. They actually signaled this as their time to actually go Kai'Sa early. I would consider this a little bit early for a Kai'Sa pick because it's a little bit comp defining, but I'm pretty down for it. They actually go for the Lucian ban as well to kind of secure this. This is also more so just in case Pain Gaming just slam this randomly. It is most likely the case, and this helps really mitigate the effectiveness of this Nocturne, because now let's just say he's going to be a little bit more homeless, right? I'd even rather see a Jarvan here than Nocturne sometimes if the situation calls for it, right? I'm not saying it's good, but I'm saying it's possible. There are alternatives to this Nocturne possible right now, and people are still exploring what the meta should be locked in here. So, Pain go for a defaulto pick on the Orianna. It's a little bit weird because they just accept a mismatch in terms of they don't push for anything in this R3. You know what I'm saying? You could go like a laner that would probably fare well into the Kai'Sa here, and that there's not much flexibility remaining on the Pain Gaming side. So you could either go Ashe and just embrace it and have a good laning phase, and then you pair it with anything that's good. You can save support for 5. You're really flexible. You're guaranteed pressure on that side of the map. Or you could even go one remaining other laner, I would say. It's just the point of the matter is the Orianna doesn't really achieve too much, let's put it that way. It is a good combo, but yeah. It does end up going unpunished, so Pain Gaming end up going with it anyway. But now their comp's I'm a little flustered, you know what I'm saying? So now TL go for the Vi Ahri. Coast is clear. It's not like a crazy sort of, hey, checkmate B4 B5, because these are pretty much blind picks, right? But yeah, I think the lack of a punish from Pain gave TL an out here. Ironically, TL also didn't punish too much. So I would say overall it's more like a 65-35 draft. But the biggest thing would be missed opportunities on 2 and 3. I think other teams would actually punish just harder, and then Pain would probably just be checkmated by second phase. or the Nocturne pick can also be subbed out. You know, you can also, if you're just going to go Ori on 3, you could go Ori on 2. You could save the Nocturne, and if enemy goes Nocturne on 2, 3 for whatever reason, then you can respond from there, and you can go things like Ezreal Braum, Kalista Renata, in my opinion, right? So that gives you more options in this case. But it's all right, though. Game 2, run it back, baby. So Pain, I believe they take blue side this time. So TL are on defensive mode. They ban a lot of the S tier B1s, and Pain actually B1 Nocturne, which is, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is where the issue is, like, whoa, guys, like, ease up. You know, like, if I'm Nocturne and I'm going in, they're gonna pick 5 champs. They're gonna make me homeless, I swear. So they go Nar Skarner, and now, you know, you can outpace the Skarner pretty well, but you give TL so much time to respond to this. I think Nocturne traditionally has been like a R4 type of champ as well, by the way. But people are just picking it earlier because of the current pool of current like field of champions, let's say, and he's been thriving a little bit. So in this case as well, Pain Gaming go for a more aggressive route, and TL just know. They just know exactly what Pain are trying to do here, and it's just as simple as giving the APA Nico into the response, so you can play backwards, Skarner play backwards, Nar play backwards. And then you can just play your ranges as well. Go for the Ezreal. And then, bada bing, bada booey. You know, like, then you just wait. You know? It's a little bit crazy. And I think this Nocturne pick really warped the entire draft. Kind of shot them in the foot a little bit too, honestly. And made things a little bit harder for them. And too much of a good thing can be a bad thing, is the theme of this draft. And you can kind of see it here. And yeah, I mean, congrats on TL for the win, but, you know, this is a little bit unfortunate that Pain had to go this way just because they had a rough read on the day. But, you know, give them another day or two. If they were to still live, then, you know, maybe we could have seen them thrive a little bit more. But such is the case for this draft, and I wanted to provide some insight on how this one pick could kind of really shoot you in the foot. So, see you guys.